Hey everyone, welcome back to the Eczema channel. Today we are looking at a little known toxic metal that really does affect eczema. If you've tried every cream, diet, medication, steroid and nothing seems to be working for eczema for you, then this could actually be your problem. You could have toxicity from this metal, and this toxin prevents people from making a healthy new skin, and most people have no idea that they've even been exposed to it. So today I'm just going to explain how this one toxic metal can cause serious disruption to your skin healing, and I'm going to give you 3 ways that are very helpful and very natural to help get it out of your body. So I've spent years studying the root causes of eczema. I had 4 children within 5 years. All of them developed chronic eczema, and so I made it my mission to get them free from it. So I studied all the inner workings of eczema and mapped it, what was going on inside, to keep the flare states going. There's much more going on than most people realize. In an overlooked piece of the puzzle is aluminum, or aluminium if you're in the UK. Research shows that it has multiple effects in the body. It can affect your immune system, it causes chronic inflammation, it messes up your microbiome, it affects your ability to make a healthy skin barrier. It's got so many different ways, and all of these are contributing to eczema flares and keeping the eczema state going. So what is aluminum? Aluminum is a metal that is abundant all around us because it's very lightweight, it's very easy to mold, and it only weighs 1/3 of steel, but it's still very strong. So that makes it ideal for things like aerospace, construction, vehicles. It's very light, and because it's light, it can then reduce fuel consumption. Aluminum also doesn't rust like iron does, so it's great for outdoor things. The double glazed windows, they're usually aluminum frames because they're not going to rust. Also boats, playground equipment can be aluminum. It's very, very easy to mold and shape, so it gets used for everything. It's your kitchen foil to drinking cans, baking trays, aircraft fuselage, electrical wires because it's easy to twist. Aluminum is a very good conductor of electricity and heat as well, so it works well in power transmission lines, electronics and heat exchanges. And it's very easy to recycle because it doesn't actually degrade, so not very quickly anyway. And it's the 3rd most abundant resource or element in the Earth's crust. So as you can imagine, with all of those benefits of aluminum, it is being used in many different things. And so we are pretty much surrounded by aluminum, but we don't consider it to be poisonous. And the truth is, the majority of aluminum isn't poisonous if it's in its metallic form. The chemical Al with a 0 is the metallic form of aluminum, which is solid and quite stable, and you don't get aluminum poisoning from like sitting on your laptop or using your phone. But there's another form of aluminum, which is the one that's particularly important for eczema sufferers, and this is aluminum ions, and it has the form Al3+. This is when aluminum is in a soluble solution with salts. So these other salts they bind together, so they make different things like aluminum chloride, aluminum sulfate, aluminum phosphate. There's lots and lots of different ones. It's not just those 3. So when you can also make this yourself. You can actually make the soluble poisonous form by accident yourself. If you have an aluminum cooking tray, for example, and you cook something acidic like tomato in an aluminum tray, that will react and your food can be contaminated with the Al3+. If you use those cheap aluminum baking tray things, the soft pliable ones that you can bend, if you use those and you mix up a salad and you put lemon and vinegar on it and it becomes acidic, that can also react with the aluminum in the tray, and that can create the Al3+ form of aluminum as well. That's the one that you want to be concerned about when you have eczema. Aluminum ions are highly reactive and very biologically active in the body once they get in there. And remember, I said it doesn't degrade. So once it's in your body, it doesn't degrade very easily either. And once they're in the body, they actually bind to proteins, enzymes, your DNA, and it disrupts all the functions in all the parts that they bind to. Those parts can't function as well as they should do anymore. And it's very challenging to detox because it doesn't degrade. So it can build up to toxic levels quite quickly. And the scary thing is, you're being exposed to it a lot, but you don't even know it. So let's look at ways where that you get exposed to it. It's often used in antiperspirants. So it's very important, especially if you've got eczema, but for everybody, you should buy antiperspirants and deodorants that are aluminum free. You want the ones, because once it's in soluble solution and you're putting it on, it's going into your body. And it's also been linked to breast cancer as well. It can be in antacids. If you're someone who's popping antacids a lot, aluminum can be in the antacids, and that's another way that it's going to get into your body, the poisonous version. It's used in water purification treatment as well, which kind of just seems completely illogical, because that would then put it in its poisonous form, and then that's fine for the rest of the drink. It's also in baking powders. It's in processed cheeses and pickles and some food colors, and it's used as a firming agent and a stabilizer in a lot of processed foods, and then we're just eating it and it's all going in us. It's used in cosmetics. They use it because it absorbs sweat, so if it's in powders it will absorb the sweat, but it also makes a shiny effect in foundations and in eyeshadows and things like that as well. They are used in fireworks. They are used in geoengineering, chemtrails. They are in certain medications that we are exposed to at very young age to modulate the immune system. And once aluminum is in your body in the Al3+ form, it interferes with so many different processes in the body that you need to be able to make healthy skin. It interferes with your ability to regulate your immune system, and if you've got chronic eczema, you probably would have been told that you have a hyperactive immune system. It interferes with your ability to collapse the final skin barrier level, which creates the waterproof covering. You would have been told that your skin is too dry and you're evaporating water too quickly. One of the reasons for that is you're not making a healthy skin barrier. It affects your enzymes. It affects your ability to unravel the DNA code and make copies of it and carry out the processes, the instructions that are in that DNA. All of these processes, when they go askew, they are linked to eczema development and severity. Aluminum ions can also increase oxidative damage. It disrupts the microbiome balance, it increases inflammation, it blocks absorption as well of key nutrients like zinc and silica, which are necessary for healing the skin. And it can increase allergies. Now, the majority of people who develop eczema early in life coincidentally tend to develop it around the time that they have certain exposure through certain medical interventions for their immune system. So what can you do about it? Our bodies are created with amazing detox ability. We have this wonderful ability to be able to detox. But if we are taking in something that doesn't degrade, and it's coming from us at all different sources, then it can be very challenging for our bodies, and it can need help because it can get overwhelmed. So here's 3 ways that you can help to get this metal out of your body. My old-fashioned, I always use my book. Right, so these are 3 ways that are backed by research. The first is silica. The world's leading expert on aluminum toxicity, he found that silica binds to aluminum ions and it draws them out of the organs and out of the tissues and then flushes them out of the body through the urine. You can make your own silica water by simmering either horsetail, nettle or bamboo leaves for 15 minutes in simmering water, and then you turn it off, let it cool, and you strain it and you have silica water. It takes 15 minutes for the silica to release from the leaves, so you can't just buy a tea bag and just dip it in the water and just wait. You want to, if you get the tea bags, you can use them, but open them, put them in the saucepan, and then simmer them for 15 minutes. And then drink 2 cups a day, 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening. You can also make silica water by dripping horsetail tincture. You can buy horsetail tincture and you can take 2 mils of that and put that in a glass of water in the morning or in the evening. And I'll add some Amazon links to the bottom so that you can find some of these things. Secondly, ionic foot detox machine. These detox baths, they have been shown to be extremely effective at detoxing from a cellular level. So that improves your cell's ability to function. When you're on this detox machine, it causes the cells to dump the toxins, things like the heavy metal, like the aluminum, and it's not just that, it'll be other things as well. But research shows that your cells will continue to dump the toxins for days after your detox session, and it peaks at about 3 days and then it tails off again. So if you combine a weekly foot detox, the ionic foot detox, with drinking the 2 servings of the silica water, then you'll be giving your body a really effective way to get this out of your system. It can take a couple of months. It can take, in the research, like 2 to 3 months, they would see significant drop in the levels of the aluminum in people's bodies. And then lastly, sweating as well. Sweating in a sauna is also very, very effective at ridding the body of toxins of all sorts. So unless you get really bad flares when you're sweating, and saunas are a no-no for you, then saunas can be helpful as well. If you can't, because sweating is a problem, 2 things: stick to the first 2, the foot detox and the silica water, and secondly, watch my video on why eczema flares when you sweat, because you'll get some other helpful information on that one. So if you want to dive deep into all the other hidden mechanisms of eczema triggers, and discover how to reset your body from the inside, I've created a step-by-step program that covers literally everything that you need to know, from your detoxing strategies to influencing your gene expressions to restoring your gut and reducing your allergies. It's all there in the course, and you can find out more by clicking on the link in the description. And I hope this video has helped you, and I will see you in the next one. God bless you in your healing journey.